Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Ladybug. I uh, I want to welcome you back to my channel and thank you for coming by and stopping and and watching the video. What I decided to do is I decided to work on the hummingbird today, and I just came in from outside. I was outside and me and the girls were out there enjoying the sunshine. It's a beautiful day out there. And so I decided to come in because it was getting a little bit warm. And I wanted to get a video done. And let me see if I can get you zeroed in a little bit. There we go. I think so because we're working right here. Up, gotta get you down a little bit more. I'll pull you over. Turn you just slightly if I can get you to turn. All right. How about like so? We got you dialed in more or less? Okay. It's about the best I'm going to be able to do. And we're going to start right in this area right here. All right. All I have to do is see what I'm doing here. Let's see. Let's do some H's. How about that? Number 10, it looks like. Yeah. And but it's been a beautiful day today. We had lots of sunshine, a slight breeze, and my girls were having a blast. You know, even Frankie came outside for a little while, which is surprising, but she did come out. And so, she came out and hung out with me out on the porch, and we stayed out there for about 2.5, almost 3 hours. So we did pretty good. My daughter has gone to work, and she put some kind of a brisket or something in the Instapot, and that's what she's going to have for dinner tonight. But she won't it won't be done until she gets home. So I told her, don't worry about me. I said, I am going to have some soup and and maybe a grilled cheese sandwich for dinner tonight. Yeah, I ate those hamburgers yesterday, and they kind of upset my stomach a little bit. I don't know why, but I don't know. I always have problems with my stomach. I always have. Anyhow, so I told her, don't worry about me. And my grandson, Jesse, he's got a big old pizza that he bought yesterday that was left over. And he said he'd just eat pizza. And I said, okay, there. So now all you have to do is worry about yourself and your husband, John. She said, okay, I can do that. So anyway, yeah, she washed a little bit of laundry before she left, and ran the dishwasher. So I gotta empty that here in a little bit, you know. But yeah, I worked on 2 stitching projects while I was out there. I worked on the golden lion for a little while, and then I worked on the kitty cat in the bushes. And so anyway, so I'm doing some detail around the cat's face is what I'm doing. And so, oh, come on now. Stop doing that. And real quick here, I'll kind of give you show you what I'm doing. Right now, I don't know if you can see that. Ooh, that's a little close, isn't it? All right, let's back you up a little bit. Okay. What I'm doing is you can see where my string is. I'm detailing a little bit around the nose here, and I was finishing up around the cheek down here and over in on this side. So I am slowly getting it together here. Get this off of here. And oh, come on. Like so. Okay. And that's kind of what it looks like. That's where I'm getting. You can see a little of the details now around the nose. And then I've got to finish this area right in here and this right in here. And then we can move on to the leaves and stuff. Okay. But we're getting there slowly, but we are getting there. We're about, not quite halfway done, but close. Okay. Because here's the top of it right here. Right. And I am all the way down to here. So on this side. So once I get all the way across, I'll be about halfway done. So that's cool. But anyway, so that's what I've been working on. And then I've also worked on the golden lion, which I'm not going to pull that one out because mostly it's really dark. Okay. But other than that, that's all I've really done today. You know, I got up around 11:30, 12 o'clock, something like that. Like I always do. And then got up, got some tea, and then I took the cats out and put them outside for a while. Sat out there drinking my tea and came in and got my stitching and started stitching while I was sitting out there. And it is now 4:23, so we just came in. And we've been out there since about 1. So we had a long time out there. Now, I hope everyone is doing good. I hope everybody that got caught in that storm is all right. And hopefully the weather will settle down for a while. I hope so anyway. Yeah. And I did read a little bit this morning. And so all is good. I got my my dustpan and my little broom that I ordered that came in today, and I got it all put together. And it's one of these ones that you it's on a handle, and it flips up and down, and that way you can sweep up stuff or whatever, and you don't have to be all bent over trying to pick it up off the floor. So I got that for me and my daughter because we have a hard time getting down down that low. She's had a lot of leg and back issues, and I got leg issues and back issues myself. So yeah, that's what happens when you end up in a horseback riding accident. Yeah. Because that's what happened to me. I ended up having a horseback riding accident and ended up breaking my back and doing a lot of damage to my spine. And spent 5 years learning how to walk again. So, anyhow, but it is what it is, right? God left me in this world for a reason, I guess. Alrighty. Got all the H's, so we'll move on to another color. But yeah, I thought we'd work on the Hummingbird today. Kind of something a little different. Yep. Alrighty. Well, let me get you back in close again, like it was. Yeah. Alright, a little bit closer. There we go. Now, that's about as close as I'm going to get you. Okay. Well, I've got it where you're kind of looking over my right shoulder. And that way you can see what's going on. All right, F, number 13. But, yeah. Dadgummit. I hate it when it spins like that. Yeah. I am so looking forward to that new storage, diamond storage thing that's supposed to be coming in. I am so looking forward to that. Yeah, I hope it works out for me. I mean, I like these, but sometimes when you reach in there and try to get them out, they spin on you. They just lay there in the tray and just spin. And so it's kind of hard to get them out of there sometimes. Yep. And let's see, we made a bunch of ice. Yeah, we got a ice machine that sits on the counter. And so we made a whole bunch of ice yesterday. And because summer's coming, and so we're needing the ice now. So we started making ice again. Yeah. That way it keeps everything nice and cold. Yeah. I was sitting there thinking about Brody today. Was wondering how his cross stitch is going. I know I was watching Star, and she was working on her cross stitch. And here's a piece of advice for you, because your thread, when you're sewing, has a tendency to twist and turn on you. Okay, and so it gets kind of twisty, and when it does that, it starts knotting up. Okay. One of the first things you do, because I see you're working in a hoop, what you can do is you take your thread and you let it hang from your project, okay, and let it untwist itself. Okay, just hang it up, hold your project up high, and just let the thread untwist itself. Okay, which it will do, it'll spin. And another option is that, well, another way you can do that without having to lift it is you can take your thread. Let me see if I can show you real. It's easier to show you than it is to okay, I've got thread that's still in here, okay, that I haven't cut yet. Okay, I don't know if you can see this or not. Let me back you up here. Okay, what you got? Let me get some light on the subject here. Say your thread is twisted up. It's all twisty, and when you lay it down and loosen it, it just twists up. Another way you can do this is to take your thread, right, and separate it like so. So where you got two, and then what you do is you bring your needle all the way down, like so, all the way down to your project like that. Can you see what I did? And then you just raise it up and you let it go, and it'll untwist itself like so. There. Okay? That's two options that you have. So it's hard to explain it when you're trying to type it. And another option is to get yourself, hold on, get yourself some of this. This is a type of wax. Okay, you can get it at Temu. It's like $1 or so. And what you do is you run your thread through these grooves. I don't know if you can see that. It's got grooves here. And you just run your thread through there and over the wax and just pull it through. Okay? And that'll wax and condition your thread. That's another way to avoid constantly knotting up. So those are my 3 suggestions for you. All right. Hopefully, I hope that helps. Back up here again. There we go. And so anyway, I just thought I'd pass on that little tidbit of information. Now I finally had to put everything back into a hoop because the stitching it in hand was making my thumb and the joint in my thumb and then down in the lower part hurt like a son of a gun. So I ended up having to put everything back in a hoop again. Yeah. Like I said, I can do the stitching in hand for a little while, but then it starts making my thumb ache and hurt because of the arthritis. It just aggravates the arthritis. So that's why I always keep my work in a hoop. I mean, I've got other stands. I've got other types of stands that I can use. But I've got one that I've got. It's brand new, never been used. And what it is it's a scroll rods, and it has a stand that goes with it, but it's a table topper. The problem is that it's too long for the table that I have, and so I bought it, was going to use it, and then realized it was too big for my table. So I said, oh well. So I put it back in its box, and it's been sitting there ever since. Luckily, I didn't spend that much for it. I only, it was like $38 or something. It wasn't much. But I do pull it out. I can pull it out now that summer's come, and I can set it on the table that I can set up outside, and I can use it then. So are you able to see what I'm doing? No, of course not. I am right in this area right there. I keep moving across this canvas, and unfortunately I forget to move you with me. But anyhow, But yeah, I had a pretty good night. I slept well. I hadn't slept well in a long time, so I felt I had a good sleep last night. Yeah. I enjoyed going grocery shopping with Miss Southern Belle. Uh, so I watched her doing her grocery shopping. Saw that candy that she bought. Made me crave candy, of course. But I have to stay away from the sweets because I'm diabetic. So unfortunately, I can't scarf down a bunch of sugar. Even though I would like to, it's just not going to happen. Hmm. Yeah, right now my grandson is across the street over at the neighbors. He's over there visiting a little bit, and plus he's working on his truck over there. So, yeah. Hopefully, he'll find a job, another job quickly. You know, because unfortunately, a lot of people in this area work for Volkswagen, and because of that, when they decided to lay off and bring the third shift to a halt, right, it affected a lot of people around the area. Because unfortunately, Volkswagen is one of the higher paid jobs in this area. You know, and so, but they did say that in like 6 months down the road, if he wants to come back, he can reapply. Because by then they might be able to, they may have picked up again. Because what it is they're coming, I think they're coming into their slow season. So, what do we want to work on? How about number 4? Got a bunch of V's, like in Victor or Victory. So, but anyway, no, I haven't even been on the computer this morning. Haven't even turned it on. Yeah. But that's okay. I'm doing all right. I enjoyed sitting outside where it's nice and warm and a little bit of a breeze, and you can hear the birds singing, and watching the cars go by, that kind of stuff. I love sitting outside. I'm what's known as a people watcher. I like to watch what people are doing. All right? Not being nosy, just watching. I'm a people watcher. I could sit at a cafe somewhere in front of a window and I could sit there for hours just watching people walking by. You know, that's just me. That's who I am. You know, my daughter gets laughs because I can come up with stories about somebody's walking down the street and they may be carrying something or whatever, and I'm going, yeah, okay, let's see. They're taking that package over to this house, all right, and it's that blue house on the corner, and it's something that these people have been wanting and been waiting for, and I just come up with all kind of a story behind it. My daughter just laughs. She thinks it's funny. I do that with the animals too. They'll be doing something or playing or whatever, and I'm sitting there, got a monologue going about what they're doing and what they're thinking, and and you know, just the silly stuff. You know, I've always been able to do that. I've always been a storyteller. I can tell all kinds of stories, and I just pluck it right out of the air. All right. I used to entertain my daughter when she was little because years ago we lived in a house that it didn't have any electricity, and so we had no television, no radio. Well, we had radio, but it was a battery powered radio. And so I used to entertain her with stories, with all kinds of different stories, you know. And so, that's was just my nature. My brothers used to tell me that I should have been a writer because I can come up with all kinds of interesting stories. And just right off the top of my head, bloop, there it is, you know. But, yeah, I never utilized it. It was something I could do, and I could do it quickly, and I didn't even have to think about it, you know. That was the way I was back in the day. Yeah, I don't have as good an imagination as I used to have, though. You get older, and you face all the trials and tribulations of life, and you kind of lose touch with that imagination after a while. It's just, I don't know. That's the way it is, I guess. You know, yeah, I used to tell her stories about. Had this one story that I told her years ago, and the name of it was The Hidden Dragon. Okay, and it was all about this dragon that was one of the last of its kind, and it had no mate, and it was being threatened every which way that it could, that people could threaten it because they were afraid of him. So what he did is he shrunk himself down to being real tiny, right? And because he was a dragon from the water, okay? He was a water dragon, okay? And took himself and put himself in the sea, and he literally became a seahorse, right? And he would hide in the weeds and the bushes and around the corals and stuff, and he was known as the hidden dragon. And he would only come out once in a while to feed and whatnot. And then one day he was in the coral near the shore, and this little girl came out, and she was kind of paddling around in this shallow pool where the hidden dragon was, and he kept hiding from her, and finally she finally spotted him, and she got to know the hidden dragon, all right, and they became friends, and so she would come down to the pool and visit with him every day. I gotta move you a little bit. Here we go. And anyway, so the story went that they would hang out together when she was growing up, until one day she uh, she came down to visit him for the last time because they were moving, and she was going off to college. And she said, I can't come and see you anymore. And they said their farewells. And he said, if you ever need me, I'll be right here waiting for you. And then they parted company, and she went off to college, and the dragon continued to hang around in the pool, and that was the end of the story. How you like that one for a quick one? But yeah, I used to tell my daughter stories like that all the time, and she used to love it. Yeah, she's still, she's 40 something years old now, and she still remembers the stories that I used to tell her as a little girl. Yeah. Anyhow, but that's the way my daughter was raised. She was raised with interesting stories told. And this is not a story that you can find in any book. The only place you can find it is in my mind. So, but yeah, I'm usually pretty good at that. I can pluck it right out of the air. Yeah. Alrighty, let's see what we want to do now. How about eyes? I got a few eyes there. Let's see, number 18. Yeah. Alrighty. Yep. Nova's home. That's my grandson's dog, Nova. What are you doing, Nova? Huh? Yeah, the cats are curled up asleep. They came in, they got something to eat, and they went and laid down, and they are now asleep. So they are happy little campers right now. I got you on the screen. Just making sure. Sometimes I can't keep you on screen sometimes. But I noticed that now that I've moved the camera to where it's kind of like over my right shoulder and whatnot, it seems to be better to work with it that way than the way I was doing it. So there we go. I got a couple of them over here, so I may be off screen for a second. But yeah, and I figured over my right shoulder, I know it's kind of crooked looking, but I'm working from the side anyway, so that's why everything's kind of on to the side more or less. But anyhow, but yeah, I was so happy to get that flower market done. My goodness, it was full of confetti. Yeah, because every time you turned around, you was having to change colors. So I was kind of glad to kind of get that one done. Yeah. And unfortunately, the green fairy, that's another one that's got a lot of confetti in it. There's very little color blocking, and I'm going, oh no, not another one. Oh well, it's not like I'm going anywhere or anything. Yeah. But this is what I do during the day. After I get my chores done and whatnot, this is what I do. I either diamond paint or I cross stitch or both. It all depends on what I feel like doing. Now that spring has come and the warm weather is starting to set in, I can spend a little more time outdoors. Yeah. She wants to go out there with her daddy, but I think her daddy just left. I thought I heard his car. Yeah. She went over across the street with my grandson, and they spent a couple hours over at the neighbor's house. All right, got a few of them here, and then we can change again. All right. Have I got you in the screen? Kind of. Yeah. Let me push you up a little bit. How about that? That'll better. That's better. Anyhow, so he's probably took off to go get himself some kind of lunch or something. I don't know. Either that or he's going to hunt a car part. It's one or the other, right? Yeah. Let's see. Any more? Yeah, there's one right there. I don't see any more. I see J's and I see T's. All right. Let's put this one away. And then we'll get another one. Yeah, the drills that you sent me, Sherry, I think there should be plenty because they sent me 200 of them. And so I think I've got enough to do the fairy because luckily there's not a whole lot of that particular color. Okay, so it should be plenty. Thank you for sending them. I appreciate it, believe me, because I wasn't sure what to do about it, to be honest with you. Because I'd never ordered any before, and I didn't really know where to order them from, even. Alrighty, let's see. How about some J's? Number 17, right next to the 18. That'll work. There we go. These are kind of an off-white. They're almost like kind of like a really super, super pale gray almost. I do like this particular pen though. It's comfortable. It doesn't make my hand hurt. Yeah. And I'm drinking out of my I just lost my train of thought. Can you believe that? ER. There we go. Emu. Jeez. Anyhow, I'm drinking out of my ER cup. Yep, I'm drinking strawberry watermelon Crystal Light is what I'm drinking. So, yeah, I like sodas, but I can't drink a lot of them. They just, they're too, to me, they're too acidic and they're kind of harsh on your stomach. So I end up drinking Crystal Light, or I'll drink, just regular iced tea, or even just regular tea. So, But I did have 2 cups of English breakfast tea this morning. Yeah. I'm just sitting there chattering away, and I'm not really just random talking. Not really saying much, just random stuff, you know. But yeah, I did get a good night's sleep last night for a change. I don't know, sometimes I go through bouts of night where I can't hardly sleep. And then finally, when I finally do settle down and able to get some sleep, then I sleep really good. Yeah. Alrighty, we're almost done with the J's. Yeah. Yeah, like I said in my other video, I think my daughter and I are gonna try to go to Hobby Lobby and Michael's this weekend. I'm gonna try anyway. I can't no guarantees. It depends on how much money I got. But anyway, I thought I'd give it a shot and walk over there and look and see what kind of diamond paintings they have and see what they've got on sale. You know, and then my daughter said something about picking up some more soap, and so we can make some more soap. So, yeah, when I went to order some soap last time, a week or so ago, and I was looking at them, and I'm talking, not the most expensive. I'm talking just plain old Dove. That's not that expensive of a soap. And in the bar, they wanted $3 a piece. So for a package of 6, a package of 2 bars was $6. I just couldn't. I mean, good grief, no way. Not for soap. So that's why my daughter and I are gonna make some here at home. And so anyway, besides that, the soap that she makes has a real nice moisturizers in it, so it keeps your skin nice and soft. So anyway, all right, that's that. I did all the J's. No, I didn't. Found 2. Figures. There we go. Right there. Alrighty. Put that away. I'll have no idea what time we started. Okay. So we're going to work a little longer and then we'll wrap her up. Let's see. Let's do the E's because I've got a couple of E's down here that I missed. Look at this. Got a couple of them that escaped. Where'd it go? There it is. There. Okay, E is number 9. Real pretty green. Yeah. Excuse me. Get that 1 E right there. Have I got you? Barely. Alrighty. Tilted just. Ah! It came out of my rack. Hold on. Ah. Okay. Sorry about that. It popped off of the hanger. Ah, there. Don't get sick. Let's see. We're going to be working right down in here. I think. Right in here. All right. Sorry about that. I was trying to adjust you and it popped off the hanger. About figures, right? About normal. Yeah. But, anyhow. There we go. Just looking to see if I'm making sure I've still got you on screen, or at least close. Here, let me get some more wax here. Yeah, there we go. Anyhow. But anyhow, so I hope to be able to do it anyway. Let's put it that way. Because you know, some days are better than others. Some days I can breathe enough to where I can actually walk around, and then other days not so much. So, like my daughter says, we take it one day at a time. Yeah, see, when I had that horseback riding accident, it not only did it do damage to my spine, and I had to learn how to walk again, I also did a lot of damage to my lungs because it collapsed my lungs. Because I did a lot of damage. I crushed my rib cage, and it collapsed, and the blow was so hard against my chest. Because when I came off that horse, I came off at a full gallop and landed on a rock a little smaller than a Volkswagen with my chest and whatnot, and it collapsed my lungs, broke a whole bunch of ribs, cracked the sternum, my sternum and my chest. So I did a lot of damage. Let's just put it that way. And anyhow, they didn't know if they had to reinflate my lungs and everything. And they said from that point on, they told me that I would have trouble. As I got older, I would have trouble breathing. I said, "Oh, okay, well." And then, anyhow, so that is the history of me bouncing off a rock, you know, because I came off at a full gallop, and I was fighting with the horse. The horse went nuts. All right, I never have figured out why. And just all of a sudden, he just went loco. And anyhow, so, but I learned how to walk again. I learned how to do a lot of things again that I couldn't do. My poor daughter ended up having to take care of me for a couple of years, and her being just a teenager herself. So it wasn't easy on anybody. And but I did learn how to walk again, learned how to talk again. You know, I still suffer with short-term memory. All right, I can remember things that I did back when I was a kid. All right, but yet I can't remember if I paid the light bill. You know, I can't remember what I did yesterday. That's why when people say, "Well, you know, you told me the other day," I said, "Well, I've slept since then." You know, that's the reason I say that. But anyway, so, but the good Lord decided to keep me here, and He had a reason. That's all I can say. Haven't figured it out, but He's got a reason. Let's see. Hey, that is number 3. And but yeah, I had some tough times, you know. But I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that's had tougher times than me. So I don't dwell on it much, you know. But I still love horses, you know. I just can't ride them anymore. Yeah, but that's all right. I can still look at them and I can still admire them because they are beautiful animals, you know. But it is what it is. Looks pretty good. Have I got you in the screen? Probably not. Let's tilt you down just a hair. How about that? Because where I'm working is right in this area, right in here. Okay. But yeah, we used to have a what I called a mini farm. It was only 5 acres, but I raised goats, I had chickens, turkeys. We raised a few hogs. Had the horses. Had 3 horses. I had my horse, and then the one that went rogue on us was my daughter's horse. And what we were doing is in the process of trying to, you know, train it to, you know, to calm it down because it was young. And um, what happened is I think the guy that owned him before, now this is just speculation, okay? But I think the guy that owned him before, um, you know, had him gelded, okay? But they did a proud cut on him. It's just like having a stallion, but he can't reproduce. And and I think that was part of his problem. Okay. And did it cause him to go crazy or whatever? I don't know. I just know that he was unpredictable. He was very hard to handle. And my daughter was not that experienced of a rider. Okay. And I'd had 30 years of riding experience myself. And so I was used to, you know, working with, you know, rank horses at times. But he even got the better of me, so I'm just glad that it was me and not my daughter, you know, that was on him that day. But that's all right. As long as she didn't get hurt, that's all that matters. I'm looking. Let's see, I'm going to back you up a little bit, okay? And that way you can see a little more of what I'm doing. Yeah, because the A's are moving across the canvas here. So, anyhow, so that's kind of my history. And I was doing fine after I learned how to walk again and whatnot until I started getting older. And the old arthritis started setting in and it was getting harder and harder to get to move around. And so when I finally reached 62, right, I decided to retire early because my physical body was just having a lot of difficulty. Let's put it that way. So that's when I retired. But anyhow, yeah, unfortunately, my daughter had to take care of me all during that time period, you know, and she would help me get dressed. She would help me put my shoes on because I couldn't do it. She would help me in and out of the bath. Right. She was kind of like my little nurse, and she was only what 16, going on 17, something like that. So she had to grow up very quickly, which wasn't really fair to her. So that's why I live in her house now. And financially, I help her and her husband out, so it works out for us. Sometimes I wish I could live on my own and have my own place, but I don't know. I'm getting up. I'm pushing. I'll be 69 this summer, so I think I think I'm beyond living by myself. I think because of all the physical limitations that I have now, which I didn't have when I was a little younger. But that's all right. We just take each day as it comes. Yeah, my daughter, she kind of takes care of me. I'm pretty much self-sufficient. There's certain things that I can't do that she has to help me with. Like when I go to strip my bed or whatever, I have to have help making the bed because I can't get to it, more or less. And so she helps me do that. And she helps me lug my laundry to the laundry room because it's too heavy and I can't carry it. Let's see. But anyway, there's just little things for me. Now, her husband is handicapped real bad. He's really badly. He's worse than off than I am. I can kind of do for myself, but her husband, John, he's got a lot of physical problems with him too. So the point is that my poor daughter has to take care of him and plus me too. And it's not fair to her, but there's nothing I can do about it. You know. So, do I spoil her? Yeah, I do. Do I get things for her when she doesn't need them? Yeah, I do. You know. So, it's just the way it is. I try to take care of myself, but I also have to I kind of take care of her too. So a lot of times I'll do some of the cleaning if I can. I will, you know, unload the dishwasher when it needs. Sometimes I'll even try to load it. You know, it all depends on the day. You know, like she says, I'll take what I can get. She says, some days are better than others. You know, we'll take what we can get one day at a time. So, my thing is keep my daughter in your prayers. You know, because she's a good person. Mm. All right. Well, you know what? I think we're gonna just about get off here. I think because I'm almost done with the A's, and I'm running out of things to talk about. So, mm. Yeah, I was watching live the other day when Miss Bell was on there. Boy, she was on a roll. She was hilarious. She definitely funny. Yeah, but that's why I like watching them. I like because they get the yammer back and forth, and they can come up with some stuff. Let me tell you. But I enjoy watching them. It's a lot of fun. Yeah. Mm. Yeah, I think I missed Star's devotional this morning. Yeah, honestly I forgot about it, to be honest with you. I got busy outside and was enjoying the outdoors and completely forgot about it. It's all right. I'll catch her next time. Yeah, I listened to that guy on the videos. His name is Jonathan Kahn. Very interesting person. He has he writes a lot of books, and I've got one of his books that I still haven't read yet. I've got to, but very interesting person, and his take on the Bible and very interesting. You know, yeah, I listen to him a lot. Yeah, I used to like Joyce Myers, but not so much anymore. I don't know why. I just, you know. Now my daughter was a big one for watching Joyce Myers. Yeah. And there was this one guy that used to come on the radio, and he was an Irish guy. I cannot for the life of me remember his name, but I really enjoyed listening to him. I used to listen to him when I was driving to work. He'd come on the radio and I would sit there and listen. Yeah. All righty, I think we've. Nope, there's one right there. I think we got all all the A's in this sector. Yeah. But I missed a whole bunch of E's over here. I wasn't looking over here. I was looking down in here. That's all right. I'll get them later. No problem. All righty. I think we're done with the A's. So I think we're going to put these away. And we are going to bring this video to a close because we've been at it for close to an hour. And anyhow, y'all have a good day. Have a blessed day. And I will see y'all tomorrow. You know, I don't know if we'll do stitching or diamond painting. I don't know. I haven't made up my mind yet. But I enjoyed it. It was fun. I thank you for listening and listening to me chatter away for about random stuff. And and I hope you all have a great day. All right. Take care. God bless you. Bye bye.